Hi, this is Mike Pettigrew, and I have a question for you. What are your limiting beliefs? Do you have limiting beliefs? You may feel that you don't. You maybe feel that you are immune to limiting beliefs, but I assure you, you are not. No matter how successful you may be, you will have some limiting beliefs. Every human being does, even those that are most successful. So how are these beliefs formed, and what are these limiting beliefs? Well, limiting beliefs are the part of us that tells us we're not capable, or we're not worthy, or we don't have what it takes. It's that negative inner voice that stops us achieving our goals. And if we don't do something about it, we will be influenced by that negative inner voice for the rest of our lives. And this is why ordinary people cannot achieve extraordinary things. I honestly feel that the difference between an ordinary person and an extraordinary person is down to whether or not they root out and uncover their limiting beliefs and overcome them, or if they give in to them. And most people give in to their limiting beliefs, and it dictates the course of their lives. And most people end up just putting up with this mediocrity, and not achieving their full potential. And this is really sad. This is really, really sad. So this conditioning that we all have, it's been formed through our upbringing, through the people we associate with, our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our friends at school, our teachers, our bosses later when we're at work as an adult. And we are constantly being bombarded by all sorts of information that tells us who we are and what we're capable of. And you know what? A lot of it is BS. A lot of it is absolutely not correct. And it prevents people from becoming what they're capable of. So conditioning is actually your worst enemy. And unless you root out your conditioning, you find what it is that is holding you back, and then do something about that, literally reprogramming your mind to counteract that conditioning, nothing much changes. And you can go through life just really dissatisfied with things, very disillusioned. And I see this often with young people. They have great ideas and great vision for their lives, amazing dreams, and when they're in their teens and early 20s. And by the time they reach their 30s, mid-30s, they can have the hell knocked out of them through difficult experiences that have closed them down to possibilities, experiences that have made them stop dreaming big. And this is really sad, but it's also a part of growing up. Life is not always a bed of roses, unfortunately. So this is what holds people back. This is what stops people from believing they are capable of achieving their life's biggest goals. But there is something you can do about it. And that is rooting out and uncovering what those limiting beliefs are. So there's a very simple and effective way to root out and uncover your limiting beliefs. And it's so simple, you may wonder why you've never thought of it before, but it's very effective. And I'll give you an example. Say, for instance, you always have money problems. You reach the end of each month and there never seems to be enough left over to fulfill your dreams. So it's very possible, in fact, it's very probable that you have limiting beliefs surrounding money, if this is what you're experiencing. So how do you root out your limiting beliefs surrounding money? Well, this very simple technique. Write down on a piece of paper all the reasons why you think you cannot be wealthy. Now you need to do this very, very, very quickly. You need to write along the top of the page, I cannot become rich because. Now the word because is magical. That word because, anytime you see it in a sentence, after the word because are reasons, okay? Now, this exercise is not about coming up with logical reasons why you cannot be wealthy. It's actually the opposite. You need to access your subconscious beliefs about why you cannot be wealthy. So it's important to do this exercise as quickly as you can without editing it or analyzing what you've just written. The faster you do this, the better, because then you are drawing on your subconscious mind. You're drawing on your subconscious attitudes towards money, those attitudes that are holding you back. For instance, I've heard of people doing this same exercise. They write out, I cannot become wealthy because, and then they write down as quickly as they can all the reasons, and some of those reasons are shocking. I've seen people write out things like, rich people are pigs, rich people are greedy. If I was rich, everybody would hate me. If I was rich, everybody would want a handout from me. And beliefs like that can be really shocking, really revealing. And you'll only come up with things like that if you do this exercise quickly. So it's not the conscious reasons that we're looking for, it's your subconscious beliefs. But then there's also an equally simple way of counteracting those negative beliefs, those limiting beliefs. And that is writing out all the reasons why you can become wealthy, why you can become wealthy. And you literally do this by turning each one of those subconscious beliefs into their complete opposite. In other words, if you had written down, I cannot become wealthy because rich people are greedy, then you would write out a sentence to counteract that. I can become wealthy because rich people are generous. Now, I know this sounds incredibly simplistic, but this is really, really effective, because the next step in this process is to convert your new sentences that you've written out into affirmations that reprograms your subconscious mind and completely erases those limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Now, I go into this in great detail in my book, The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World. So if you haven't got a copy already, please do pick up a copy of this book, because it will go into this in such a way that it will be very accessible to you. You will find, literally within 1 hour of doing this technique, step by step, within 1 hour, you will start overcoming your limiting beliefs. And when you overcome these limiting beliefs, anything that was impossible for you before becomes possible. You can achieve anything when you overcome these limiting beliefs. The difference between an ordinary person and an extraordinary person is down to whether or not they root out and overcome those limiting beliefs, or if they give in to them. And honestly, the vast majority of people give in to their limiting beliefs all of the time and just put up with a mediocrity, a dissatisfying mediocrity for the rest of their lives. You don't need to do this. You do not need to just put up with a dissatisfying mediocrity. Please achieve your goals, root out your limiting beliefs, and your life will never be the same again. And the effects that this can have on your family will be enormous. The effects on your relationships, the effects on your work, what you can achieve, your ability to be promoted, your entire interactions with your world will completely change once you overcome these limiting beliefs. It's a bit like pulling the corner of a spider's web. You pull the corner of a spider's web, the whole web changes shape. And when you change just one limiting belief inside, it affects the web of your life and all your interconnections with everything around you. So please do test this for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. Pick up a copy of The Most Powerful Goal Achievement System in the World and put it to work in your life. And thanks so much for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed this episode, and before I go, I have a very special offer for you, which I'll explain in a moment. But before I do, I just want to say that if you've enjoyed this episode, then please do give us a like below this video, because when you do this, it enables other people to also benefit from it. Of course, if you'd like to leave a comment, then you're most welcome to do so, and I'll be really happy to hear from you. Now, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, please do remember to subscribe to my channel. And you can also listen to my Transformation and Empowerment podcast on iTunes. Now, let me tell you about the special gift I mentioned a moment ago, because if you go to my website right now at transformandempower.com, then you can get immediate access to my special free gift. And I'm giving away a free report and audiobook that will help you to start achieving your life's biggest goals in the next 30 days. You'll also get my free video training course so you can break through everything that's been holding you back and finally experience the success and happiness that you deserve. So please visit transformandempower.com right now and pick up your free gifts. Once again, thanks so much for watching,
and I look forward to serving you again soon.